Alright, there are numerous unique things that can actually be controversial about Vietnam. And we have always been excited to share these things with you. Here are our top 10 first impressions about Vietnam that blow our mind away. As a foreigner, these are things that we think are gonna put you in shock and might amaze you about Vietnam. You know, after traveling a bunch of countries in Southeast Asia, I was still actually very surprised to see as many smokers as I did in Vietnam. Especially this gigantic bamboo pipe that they smoke, and you will see them smoking a lot on the roadside next to restaurants in northern Vietnam. I was very shocked. I was like, whoa, what are they doing with that on the side of the road? I had never seen it before. They say that when you smoke this pipe, it actually helps with digestion. I'm not too sure about that. But, so one thing we've noticed that people there love smoking and drinking green tea at the same time. Green tea helps with digestion, so why not pair it with this magical tobacco
that also helps with digestion
as well. So helmets in Vietnam are like very cute and small and like
cute looking,
super unique. They look identical to a baseball cap.
Exactly.
Most of the helmets are like pretty big, cover your ears, but these literally have like visors like baseball caps, and then they even have ponytail slots in the back for females. It's very crazy. These baseball style helmets seem to be very popular among the youngsters. As a first timer in Vietnam, you might come up with a question like, is it really serious? Can this really protect you from an accident? Some said it's just for the purpose to avoid police. Speaking of a helmet, let's talk a little bit about traffic conditions that you can somehow get your mind blown just by the number of motorcycles in Vietnam.
And this is no joke.
And yeah, this is no joke at all. They honk all the time.
But anyway, this is the way that they communicate to each other, kind of like give the warning that, okay, I'm coming this way, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's just like in Bali. We just did a video on Bali, so if you want to check that out, you can check that out. But
do you notice that they also honk with some rhythm? Some honk like that, some honk like that.
It's like it's like SOS.
I have no clue. We have no clue. Like,
yeah, I don't know the language.
Probably there is
the honking language.
Yeah, probably there is some honking language among Vietnamese that they know. Like they know.
If you know a honking language, let me know below, because I would like to learn it for the next trip. Because
we actually really thinking about going back to Vietnam, but this time want to go to Saigon.
Yeah.
Next one, I know that we can't judge the books by the covers, but this one is worth sharing. This is my personal thought on the characteristic of Vietnamese in general. So here's what happened. We noticed a lot of South Korean influence among youngsters here.
Yeah, it was like very noticeable when we got there because, you know, we met in South Korea, so it was very noticeable that they have the same style, like the way they do their hair and makeup.
This kind of like they call it as a Korean wave, something that you get influence from South Korea. It's actually widespread, including Thailand where I'm from as well, but I didn't really expect to see this as well in Vietnam. I didn't either. I thought it's only Thailand. Especially when it comes to girls, they tend to have light, natural beauty makeup style. Since we have been in Vietnam, we have never actually seen the girls that do pretty heavy makeup like most American girls.
Yeah.
Most American girls do heavy makeup in my opinion, but in Vietnam, not like that. Plus, I do also think that a lot of Vietnamese girl has really good skin. A lot of Vietnamese, they look really young. We went to the restaurant when we arrived Hoi An first time, and for this restaurant, Jimmy looked at the menu, and then this is what happened.
And, you know, I was like, oh, maybe we'll get some water. And I asked her, I was like, you know, how much is aqua? Aqua's 15,000, beer's 20,000. Of course I'm gonna get the beer now. It's just as expensive as the water. You gotta get the beer.
And That's why they say beer consumption in the country is going up every year. Fun fact, in 2013, Vietnam was #1 in Southeast Asia for beer consumption per capita.
It beat South Korea.
Oh, Southeast Asia, baby. Not East Asia.
My bad. Cut.
I don't know if you have heard of beer hoy.
Like, you never know what you're gonna get. Some is like super strong, some are not so strong.
But that is because of the way they make it, the way they brew it.
Yeah.
It's like very traditional, right?
Yeah, and like even some of the hostels or homestays, they give you free beer hoy because beer hoy is so affordable that like from say 5 o'clock till like 7 o'clock you can get free beer.
They say it's the cheapest beer in the world.
The world.
I'm not sure if you can find a beer that is cheaper than this, but if you happen to find a beer that is cheaper than this, let's help out the community. Share with us where you find a cheap beer.
Because I will book my ticket next.
It can probably help a lot of people here who are watching the video and scroll down through the comment to try to find out.
I do love very good beer, but I also am a budget traveler.
Beer hoy is not
and
bad.
And you do not have to be rich to travel. That's why we drink 10-cent beers.
You don't have to be rich to party well. No. That is exactly what happened in Hanoi, Vietnam. Another thing that we think is kind of like really interesting about drinking culture in Vietnam, kind of like the first impression that we got here. Also, if you are asked to go out and drink beer with the locals, most of the time
gonna involve food. You're gonna go to dinner or get something to eat.
And make you want to drink even more. Eat
the
more.
Wings, it's like Ta's heaven. Chicken wings and beer.
They also have the frog legs.
Yeah.
Drinking together with beer. Vietnam, this is one thing that kind of like similar to South Korea in my opinion.
They have a lot of foods that pair with beer.
That pair with beer, yeah, exactly. Calm down. Seems like a lot of Vietnamese love shouting. You will see a lot of people. This actually a couple times kind of like scare us away from them.
When somebody's shouting at me, I'm just like,
not even like shout at you, but for example, when we see
just
like
shouting in general,
shouting at each other.
And we were just trying to go to a restaurant that we couldn't find.
Yeah, we basically look up in Google for some specific restaurant that people recommend there in TripAdvisor, and it's really hard to find.
Yeah, it was actually very, very difficult. It was like really secluded down a back alleyway. Yeah,
so we want to actually go to her and ask her for the direction, and then we will like look at each other, kind of like giving the signal that shall we leave. We were like look at each other like we shall try to find the other Vietnamese to ask for the direction
somewhere else.
Yeah, but even though they shout, it doesn't mean that they are mean at all. So what surprised us a lot is that after she finished shouting or yelling to the other Vietnamese, and then she turned back and then she gave a really big smile to us, like really friendly smile. So instead of going away,
it goes from this
to this.
I was like, oh, that was a pretty quick change. They might speak a little bit loudly, but they are very nice people.
They are really friendly.
It seems like in Vietnam, a lot of their foods rely on fresh vegetables and fresh herbs. It kind of reminds me of South Korea. For some places, they bring us unlimited baskets of vegetables. The vegetable game is real. For some food that might not contain vegetables, but you will see that they decorate the top of the food that looks like this. Fun fact, Vietnamese food is considered one of the healthiest cuisines in the world. And to go with food, the size of the dining tables and chairs are super small.
Very tiny.
They're like knee level and like toddler size. No offense, you know, my best friends, but if I was a bigger guy, I wouldn't be able to fit in these chairs.
Even I like almost.
Yeah, even Todd can barely fit.
If you walk around Vietnam in the morning, you will see a lot of Vietnamese girls love wearing this kind of hat. They call it as the conical hat.
It's very, very unique.
And they call it as the non la. Correct me if I pronounce it wrong. So this is considered to be one of Vietnam's specialty. Vietnam is actually a tropical country where it's rainy and sunny all year. So Vietnamese people create this kind of conical hat to actually help farmer works in the field. We can see farmers in the countryside wear conical hats. People in the city also wear them. Tourists wear them. Either old generation or young generation, everyone wear them.
Everybody wears them.
And this is the charming part of Vietnam because it seems like they can actually keep the tradition going. If you walk around Hoi An, Vietnam, for example, in the aspect of like they can keep the tradition very well, you will not really say the change at all. A lot of locals say that Hoi An, Old Town,
holds the culture very
well. It doesn't really change. Besides adding number of restaurants or cafe or like tailor shops.
You can see a lot of Chinese influence in Vietnam, especially on the architecture, which you can see that reflects a lot on the temples, because originally the culture of Vietnam is originated from an ancient Bayou kingdom in East Asia, but due to the millennium of Chinese rule, Vietnam was heavily and remarkably influenced by Chinese culture in terms of politics, government, social and moral ethics, and even art. Fun fact, Vietnam is considered to be a part of East Asia cultural sphere. Let us know in the comments below if you feel like these 11 things we share with you blow your mind away as well. We hope this video is helpful for you in managing your expectation on what you might see and encounter in Vietnam. By no means do we want to criticize the country. We are here basically to share the experience we have with you, and we do believe that once in a lifetime you should definitely visit this country. It has everything from food, culture, people, scenery. It is also very charming. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys plan on taking a trip to Vietnam, make sure you check out below. It has travel tips, how to save money, how to get from the airport, and even things to pack. And it is completely free at divertliving.com. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe. We got a lot coming up, and we continue to try and push as many videos as we possibly can. We're gonna try this whole daily vlogging thing. I mean, almost every day.
Thank you.